Good afternoon and welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester, where we're about to get underway for the Manchester Met Mystics and the Newcastle Eagles in the WBBL Championship. I'm Caroline Bullock. I'm here with Adam Masters.
Happy New Year to you, Kaz. Did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
I did. It was nice, relaxing, not stressful.
Yeah. We have an extra member of the team today. I'm going to go all Top Gear now. Some people call him a genius. Some people call him the oracle of all things basketball. We like to call him Mikey Hanson-Morris is in the house.
Good afternoon, Adam. Thank you for having me. Nice to be up in actually sunny Manchester. It makes a change. Got off the train. It was the first time I've seen sunlight all day. But nice to be with you. And this should be an exciting game. Obviously, Eagles WBBL Cup finalists as well, and Manchester off to a great start in the league. So should be an exciting one.
I'd say so, yeah. Plenty of drama to talk about, but I'm going to hand the mic back to our lead commentator for the day, the incredible Kaz Bullock.
Thank you for that. That's a good introduction.
Aren't we being nice to each other? Everyone's like so happy to be back doing stuff.
It's nice to get to see Mikey in person again. So we've got a clash here between the Manchester Met Mystics sitting in fourth place, joint fourth with Leicester at 6-3 in the standings. They had a big win over Leicester just before Christmas in a really, really close game that they managed to hang on to and pull out the win. Behind Erica Williams' 5 from 3 in the first half, which was a huge game from her. Newcastle, as Adam just mentioned before, had a bit of a roster shake-up with Ebony Horton leaving the team to join the Sheffield Hatters and Abby Lowe, who's joined Durham. So a little bit of a shake-up in the roster for Newcastle. We'll see how they get on at short notice. And the Mystics back with... is Rianne back today, Adam? Is she back from injury?
Well, we can see her down there on court warming up, so...
She's
back.
So Mystics back with a full healthy squad for the first time in quite a few games, so I don't want to jinx that. But looking at how the teams match up today, both teams shooting pretty equally from the field. 39% for the Mystics, 36% for the Eagles. Mystics on 33% from 3, and Eagles just below that with 29%. The Mystics being led by Erica Williams in points per game with 17.8, followed by Lauren Thomas-Johnson on 16. And the Eagles, after Ebony Horton's departure, are now led by Maddie McVicker on 10.4 points per game. So we're about 2 minutes away from tip-off, and we have the starting fives for Manchester ready for you. Oh, we'll get them to you. But what are you expecting from today's game, Adam?
Well, there's going to be a few cobwebs. It's been quite a long break for everybody. Mystics obviously were struggling with a few niggly injuries, but I think this is... Oh, are we about to do something?
So we were just having a round of applause for Niamh Kelshaw's dad, who sadly passed away just before Christmas.
Yeah, it's a big loss, especially in Manchester as well. He was Kelshaw's part of the Manchester basketball family. Very sad news that came in just before Christmas there. So a really nice tribute there called by Jeff. Obviously Niamh playing in the game today, so apologies for cutting out there, but that's what that was for.
I mean, I've actually been in this situation. We had a similar situation. It was actually in this building. Our first game back after Lana Duran lost her dad. We had the same situation. It's and emotionally, especially both teams, like especially so many players on this Mystics roster as well that knew Dougie and the family, and obviously Jess Edwards Yates, really good friends with Niamh as well, so there's going to be a lot of emotion. I expect the first few minutes, never mind the Christmas break, but both teams struggled to get in that zone, and I think the first few minutes will be scrappy, just going through that emotion. You can see Niamh well up there, totally understandable, but she will also be glad to get on court. I think that's the big thing, is trying to get back into a rhythm. Having the 3-week break's difficult, just obviously giving her time to process it, but this will be daily bread and butter, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see an inspired performance from her today.
Yeah, and that would be, it's a testament to how basketball brings people together as well, isn't it? Which we've seen many times over the season. So teams getting ready to come on court. Mystics in white today and Newcastle in black. So starting 5 for the Mystics, we have Rhiann Bailey, Vanessa Accra, Erica Williams, Dom Allen and Georgia Jones. For Newcastle, we have Rachel Bland, Anna Popovic, Chloe Gaynor, Jessica Eastford Yates and Maddie McVicker. So first game of 2022 for the Mystics. First home game for the Mystics. As Dom Allen and Chloe Gaynor will go for the tip. And ball is up, and Mystics ball. So endline Mystics ball, Accra to inbound, gets it off to Jones, who puts up the jumper, that's no good. And Newcastle will come away with a rebound. So Maddie McVicker controlling for the Eagles. Had a really strong season last year, playing alongside Alison Gorell. And that will be
Dom's inside the charge circles. There's no question of it being maybe it could be a no call, but at that point it takes the charge out of consideration.
So endline Eagles. McVicker, 6 on the shot clock, 5 to shoot, puts it up. 3's good for Newcastle, and they get on the board. First 3 of the game. And that's for Edsford Yates. So Vanessa Accra heading to the line after that first foul on Chloe Gaynor for the Eagles. Accra hits the first, and having a really good season from the line is Vanessa Accra, shooting 80 to 88% so far. Misses the second because I jinxed it there. But she gets another try. There you go. Makes a second when it counts.
Well, there you go, Kaz.
Wasn't my fault. So 3-2 Eagles lead with 9:16 in the first quarter. Bland. Pass to Vicker, just broken up, so it's going to stay with the Eagles. And Bland to Vicker. Vicker guarded by Jones, working off the screen from Gaynor, puts up the long 2, no good. And Williams grabs the rebound. And Erica Williams had a really strong rebounding game as well as scoring last time.
Yeah, I mean, Erica's kind of proven that she can do a bit of everything. Offense is obviously her main weapon, but yeah, she'll crash the boards as well.
As Rianne just banks in that 3 for the Mystics at 2. So, Bland inside to Popovic, hands off to Gaynor. 3's up for Newcastle, hits again, another 3 for the Eagles. 6-5 Newcastle lead. Jones inside to Allen. Bailey's there, puts up the baseline jumper, doesn't go. And Newcastle ball. Gaynor hands off to Eatsford Yates. That 3's no good. And Mystics coming back. As foul on Jones there.
Yeah, it's really interesting right now. Mystics, you don't normally see it, but normally a bit of a slow-paced team, but everything right now is coming from transitions. The third time we really pushed the ball and got something successful out of it, so I wonder if that's something I talked about at the Christmas break, trying to change the rhythm of the offense a little bit, get out in transition and find some easy buckets.
Yeah, it's something they started to do again in the Leicester game as well that seemed to work really well for them, that we hadn't seen much of this season. So Bailey, Williams puts up the 3, no good for the Mystics. 7:40 to go in the first quarter, 6-5 Eagles lead. Bland to Gaynor. Newcastle moving the ball around nicely outside. Inside to Gaynor, guarded by Accra. 7 to shoot. McVicker puts it up. That's good. Maddie McVicker with her first 2 points of the game. Eagles with a 3-point lead. Bailey going up against 2 players. She's not going to get it to drop, and she'll get called for the foul. So Lauren Thomas-Johnson coming into the game for Manchester as Rianne Bailey takes a seat, and Dora Sipsik for Newcastle will come in, and Chloe Gaynor heads to the bench. Bland to Sipsik, hands it off outside. Newcastle managed to hang on to that one. So McVicker to Bland inside. Passed out for Eatsford Yates. And a tough shot from Sipsik. Doesn't fall, and it's going to go back with the Mystics. So Jones controlling the ball for Manchester. Hands off to Accra. Back to Jones. Thomas Johnson puts up her 3. That hits! What a shot from Lauren. 8-all tie game. McVicker to Bland. It's going to be a foul on Dom Allen inside. As Newcastle will come into the game for Newcastle. And Rachel Bland takes a seat. 6 minutes 5 in the first quarter, 8-all. Kelshaw to Sipsik, puts up the layup. That doesn't go. And Jones grabs the rebound. Williams' 3 is no good, and Newcastle board. Popovic puts up the 3. That doesn't go. Thomas Johnson gets the rebound for the Mystics. And Akra with the mid-range. Doesn't go, but she gets her own rebound. And that's what we see from Vanessa Akra all the time.
Of course she gets her own rebound.
As Dom Allen just lays it in for the Mystics, for the Manchester to take a 2-point lead. Edith Yates to Sipsic, guarded by Akra. She's going baseline, can't get that shot to go. It was a tough attempt. As Mystics are 3-on-5 here. Thomas Johnson's going in for the layup, gets a foul.
Yeah, and if you're Chris Bunting, you're going to be mad. You've got 2 Mystics players still in the backcourt, 5-on-3. You give up a drive to the lane, offensive rebound, and then foul on shootout when you've still got an extra 2 bodies. So that's the type of thing that they've got to look to tighten up as they progress through the season if they're to move up the standings.
So Chloe Gaynor back into the game for Newcastle and Rhianne Bailey back for the Mystics. As Lauren heads to the line for 2. First shot's no good. She's shooting 58% from the line this season. Second one's no good for Lauren. McVicker for the Eagles. To Gaynor. Kelshaw. Overfeeds for Yates. Inside to Gaynor. 6 to shoot. She's putting it up. Doesn't go. Newcastle offensive board, so they'll get another 14. Kelshaw to Gaynor. Oh, beautiful pass in the basket. Chloe Gaynor with the easy basket. Bailey skips it over to Williams, whose 3 is too strong. Mystics get it back, and Jones is going to try a 3. That one's going to not get the friendly roll. And Mystics can't come away with the board, so that's going back with Newcastle 10-all, tie game. Apologies, I think we have a lag on the scoreboard with the connection. Eastwood Yates' long 3 was no good, and that's going to come up. Is that off the Mystics?
Yeah, off Rhiannon. Last touch Rhiannon, they're both contesting for it, so yeah, good call.
So it'll be Newcastle endline ball, 10-all, 3:38 to go in the first. And Maddie McVicker comes out of the game, and Marina Fernandez Pardo comes in. And Ori Chukwuitu for the Eagles gets her on court for the first time as well. So Jones driving all the way to the basket, off the glass and in, and 1.
Signature Georgie Jones finger roll layup there. I mean, so far it's kind of like Mikey said, it was going to be scrappy, and it's been kind of just that. But what Newcastle, they come out and they're being patient. You know, they know that they're up against it today, so they're showing some pretty good perseverance so far. But yeah, Mikey called it scrappy start. See if Georgia can make the most of the 3-point play.
And she doesn't make that one. So 12-10, Mystics lead. Chukwuitu over to Sipsic. Chukwuitu thought about the 3 but passes inside to Gaynor. Skips it over to Fernandez. No good. Chukwuitu with the rebound and the lay-in. Her first points of the ball game. Thomas Johnson puts up the 3 from the Mystics. Too strong. Chukwuitu's putting up the 3 again. No good. But I like the confidence in that shot.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Newcastle are playing with some nice confidence right now.
So tie game, Jones to Bailey. So over to Williams, tries the 3. That one won't go. And Chukwuitu's, is she going to slow it down? She is going to slow it down. Fernandez guarded by Williams. Fernandez gets it back, 7 on the shot clock. Chukwueze with a 3, and she hits it! 5 quick points for Ori Chukwueze. Accra inside to Jones, skips it out to Williams. She's got time. That 3's too strong. And Newcastle are going to come back with it. And we saw Erica from 3 last game, didn't we, Adam? She was, nice pass inside. Fernandez will head to the line.
She was making it rain. She's obviously got to brush up a couple of cobwebs. She'll be getting frustrated, though, because she likes to come out hitting a few early 3s and not dropping for her yet, but this time.
So timeout Mystics. 15-12 Eagles lead with 1:38 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that's a smart timeout. The last minute and a half, Mystics have got out of rhythm, especially offensively. And the thing is, I think if I'm Jeff now, Newcastle have run the same action for now 8 minutes straight against this zone. They're going high, low, and then Xing out the bigs. And so as one big drops, the other big flashes into the high post. And every time, as soon as that big goes from low to high into the high post, that ball's getting in there every time. So if I'm Jeff, I'm talking about how we're matching up with that high post, making that catch difficult, because now instead of the ball going into the high post where it's a huge threat and everyone on the floor has to worry about it, and that's when Newcastle has seen the extra passes to the weak side and stuff. It's can you stop the ball getting there, and it just helps the whole offense slow down. So that'll be a key emphasis now in this timeout.
And if you're Newcastle, what are you wanting to do to take advantage of this Mystics?
I mean, keep getting if you get the ball in high post. It's simple as that, and obviously with Dom on 2 fouls as well, I think they've got some inside presence with Gaynor, who's had a really good year, Anna Popovic, Sipsic, they can all play inside. So it's now, can you take advantage of that height inside, which will be a key thing, and then just balance it out with make sure. Ultimately, both teams already look a little bit tired in transition, so I think there's an element of keeping rotating players through, so they've got some legs for later in the game.
So team's back on court. Anna Shea comes into the game for the first time for the Mystics.
I'll tell you, actually, she was in London working out with Shanice Beckford-Norton over the Christmas break. I went into the office and saw Anne working out with Shanice at UEL, so she got some practice in while she was down at Christmas. Before I think she and most players came back up this week. So,
yeah, I think so.
But it's good to see her working out with Shanice. Obviously, spent some time together in London last year with Anne playing D1 for Barking. So that was good to see.
Yeah. So Fernandez at the line for the Eagles will shoot 2. First 3 throws no good. Shooting 88% from the line so far.
Is that a foul on Rianne? Good luck sorting that one out. Yeah, it was. Good job, Newcastle. Rianne is not someone you want to get run over by in this league.
No, I mean, he wants to run into Rianne Bailey. I mean, like Mikey said, good luck calling that one. What have they come up with?
Hold on a minute, what have they called? I thought they called foul on 10 White, but they haven't. So I don't know what they've called.
No, they have. It was
No.
on the. Oh, well, it was on the. They've
Oh, they
changed
called it
to
on Kelshaw.
Oof. Welcome to the league. So 16-12 Eagles lead with 1:33 to go in the first. So Rianne's heading to the line after that foul. First 3 throws good for Rianne Bailey. And so is the second. 2 for 2 for Rianne from the line. Takes the Eagles to a 2-point lead. Fernandez to Chukwueze. Kelshaw inside. Gaynor. Easy layup for Chloe Gaynor.
Exactly the same thing. Get the ball in the high post, good things happen. And that's the adjustment the Mystics have got to make now. If not, Newcastle are going to continue just to get whatever they want, really.
So Bailey's driving baseline. Passes off to Thomas Johnson, who can't quite finish it. Williams gets the rebound. And that's going to be no good for the Mystics. Kelshaw over to Fernandez. Back to Gaynor. He's going to slow it down a bit. 7 to shoot. Gainer's inside. Fernandez is alone on the 3-point line. Shot's no good, and Mystics will get the rebound. And lucky for the Mystics there, really. Can't be leaving players open that wide on the free throw line. Thomas Johnson powering away to the basket, banks it in. So 18-16 Eagles lead, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Fernandez to Chukwueze. Kelshaw, Chukwueze's get it back. Gainer, 5, Sipsic. Oh no, sorry, apologies, that was Popovic. No good. 2 to shoot. Jones has got it, puts it up. No good. And that will do it for the first quarter. 18-16 Eagles lead. Mystics are led by Lauren Thomas Johnson on 5 points. And the Eagles are led by Ori Chukwueze on 5 also.
Yeah, I mean, 2 things there. Exactly what Mikey said. Newcastle are getting into the high post and they're being patient, like I was saying before, and good things are happening for them. I mean, this is a tough game for Newcastle, and right now they're playing a more intelligent flavour of basketball for me. Yeah,
they've come out strong. I think they'll be pleased with how they've managed to come out, especially with the like we say, the shift in the roster. You've planned to play a certain way, and you've got to adapt and make those changes quite quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you can't underestimate the 2 losses that Newcastle have had. I mean, Ebony Horton, obviously we know about Ebony from her time up here in Manchester, and she's been balling out up there in Newcastle. So to lose her and her scoring ability, especially to Sheffield as well, which makes them even bigger powerhouse, and then for Abby Lowe to leave as well, that's 2 really important parts of what they do gone. And it's been quite sudden as well, so Newcastle have had to react to this quickly. And so far in this first quarter, I mean, they're only up by 2 points, but they've certainly caught Manchester out a little bit. Some of the Manchester players looking like they need to blow off a few cobwebs, sort of fitness-wise. I know that Georgia obviously was sick before Christmas, so she's coming back from obviously from having COVID. So yeah, Manchester are going to have to tighten a few screws here for this next quarter.
Yes, the team's back on the floor for the second quarter. We've got Vanessa Accra, Rhiann Bailey, Lauren Thomas Johnson, Anne Shea and Georgia Jones for the Mystics. Rachel Bland, Maddie McVicker, Chloe Gaynor, Jessica Esford Yates and Anna Popovic for the Eagles. So Eagles with the first offense. Bland to McVicker. McVicker puts up the 3. That one hits. Maddie McVicker with 3 points. So 21-16 Eagles lead. Jones over to Shea. And Shea's 3 is no good, too strong. Accra manages to get the rebound and holds on to it. And Jones drives, loses control, but it'll be off Newcastle, so it'll stay with the Mystics. And we've got a new hairdo from Vanessa as well today.
Yeah, controversially, Vanessa's not as bright as normal. She's gone for like a pastel-y colour.
Shea's 3 is good. That hits for Anne Shea. Her first points of the ball game. So 2-point Eagles lead. Bland inside to Gaynor, working against Bailey. Spins. Too short. Bailey manages to tap that to Jones. And huge pass from Jones over to Accra. Jones' 3 is blocked by Gaynor. Mystics get it back. Thomas Johnson taps it inside. And that is going to be off the Eagles, and he's going to stay with Manchester with 10 on the shot clock. Thomas Johnson to Jones. And that will be a offensive foul call on the Mystics. That will be on Vanessa Accra, her first. So Edsford Yates for the Eagles, over to Vicker. Popovic into Gaynor, and that is going to be a foul called on Rhiann.
Yeah, she's not happy about that, Rihanna. I think she felt like she'd taken a good charge there. So perhaps a little bit hard done by. She's still talking it over with the referee though, but that's just Rihanna's game. She'll take charges all day. Don't worry about it.
I mean, to be fair, it's the first contact we're talking about here. The second one, I don't think even Rihanna knows she could. I mean, we could hear the slap from up here. So it's the initial contact that she was hoping for, but tough as Gaynor misses the first.
Yeah, 72% shooter from the line is Gaynor this season, averaging 7.6 points per game. So misses the second as well, 0 for 2 from the line for Gaynor. Eagles still with a 2-point lead. Shea to Thomas Johnson. Bailey's calling for it inside. Mystics moving the ball around the outside. Thomas Johnson with 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Puts up the mid-range, and that doesn't drop. And Bland for the Eagles. Leads 58 inside to Gaynor. Oh, a nice pass, but just broken up as the Mystics come away with it. Thomas Johnson's 3, way too strong on that one as Bland gets it. Gaynor long 2, no good. Thomas Johnson gets the rebound.
I mean, Mystics look tired right now, so if I'm Newcastle, I'm going to try and push at tempo. The Mystics ran early, but I was also going to take out what Mystics did well. If they can't stay in transition, that's going to be an issue, and they've got to sort out the half-court offense.
Jones bangs in a 3.
Just like that.
Yeah, Mystics with a bit of a short bench as well, so they've not got the depth that maybe some of the other teams have. So that Jones's 3 takes Mystics to a 1-point lead. Bland tweets for the 8s. Baseline jumper doesn't fall. Bailey gets the rebound. And Jones looked like she was about to power away inside. She hands it off to Shea, whose 3 is good. And Shea. And it'll be timeout Newcastle as Chris Bunton wants to try and put a stop to the Mystics run.
Well, what I was just going to say is that Mikey's spotted Ann putting in some work over Christmas. Hard work pays off, man. Yeah. Couple of nice 3s. She's playing well. Hopefully see more of Ann in the second half. It's always nice to see one of the players that you don't always see, playing the big minutes, getting into the action and shooting well like that.
We saw it last game, didn't we, with Alicia Moore getting a bit of extra court time than usual, and she was really putting in the work. Anne was a great 3-point shooter last season for the WBBL the London Lions in D1, shooting 41%. So that's something that we know the Mystics is a 3-point shooting team, and that's something that
it's never a bad thing having that many 3-point shooters on the floor.
And having coached against her, that was the scout. It was the scout. The scout literally was her. I mean, I think when I coached against, she was averaging 10 3-point attempts a game. The scout was literally as simple as no 3s, and there's no doubt Chris has probably got that on the scout, and that's something he'll be talking about. But for me right now, it just feels like Newcastle are rushing their shots, they're getting the ball in the right spot, but when they're there, they're just trying to release it at half second earlier, and that's causing. And then right now we've got no offensive line. I think we've only got 3 points in this second quarter, and that's where it's come from. It just feels a little bit rushed, and hopefully Chris Button's just calming them down, just getting them relaxed, and they'll want to get back into this game and not make sure this Mystics lead doesn't grow too big before half.
Yeah. So teams back on court, 6:36 to go in the second quarter. Mystics with a 4-point lead, 25-21. And Ann Shea leading the team in scoring with 6 points today. So Bland for the Eagles. Leads for the 8s. Popovic hands off inside to Sipsik. Can't get that one to drop. That was a nice pass inside, just couldn't finish it. And that's going to be off the Eagles, but I don't think Dom Allen agrees with that one. And Jeff, I don't think the Mystics were happy about that.
No, I mean, there's never been a call against Mystics in the history of Jeff being a coach. Of course, Jeff's arguing a point.
Eats with the 8s, puts up a jumper. That one is... gets the friendly roll. 2 points for each for the 8s. So Mystics lead down to 2. Williams to Allen. Shea guarded by McVicker. Pass is deflected and McVicker's on the break. Goes all the way. Ooh. Tries to go all the way. And jump ball. Georgia Jones manages to get a hand on it.
That was
great play from Georgia.
That was almost going to be the strangest steal of all time. She sort of took the ball out of her hands mid-air. She gets the
steal. A jump ball possession arrow changes to steal.
So, I'm still trying to just kind of assess what I just saw.
Yeah, I'm still trying to process that, and it's a good job Mikey's here to explain that because I wouldn't have known that.
So Shea pass inside to Allen, manages to keep it under control. Vanessa Akra puts up a 3, doesn't go. Bland to Popovic. Over to Eatsford Yates. Her shot doesn't go. Newcastle don't get to hold on to the rebound. Vanessa Akra grabs it. And I think Vanessa had 8 or 9 rebounds in the last game.
She did there, and she just popped up her obligatory 3-point shot. Didn't go this time, but she's like we said all season, she's getting better and better on offense and providing numbers at that end of the floor as well.
She is, as Jones puts up a 2, doesn't go, and there we are. Akra grabbed the rebound but just couldn't keep hold of that one.
Yeah, definitely. There's one thing I'm noticing now as well is the fitness levels of Newcastle. Shot not going down there, but Newcastle look pretty sharp, don't they?
They do.
Getting up court nicely, whereas Mystics looking a little tired already.
Vickers' 3-point attempt's no good. Shea grabs the rebound, and Mystics are coming back. Oh, Jones, beautiful. Behind the back, off the glass, doesn't get it to drop. Does all the hard work. Bland over to Popovic, who just can't keep control of it, and it'll go out of bounds, Mystics ball.
Is this the definition of emptying the bench?
Wow. Yes.
All 4 subs in the game.
Wow.
Who stayed on? That's the question. It's easy to say.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Chloe Gaynor's staying on. So we have Chloe Gaynor, Dora Sipsik, Ori Chukwuitu, Marina Fernandez, and Neve Shaw for the Eagles. Shea heads to the bench for the Mystics, and Lauren Thomas-Johnson comes into the game. So Akra over to Bailey. She drives, and that is going to be a foul. There's a foul on the floor. And that will be on.
It's on Sipsich on the drive, but only Jeff could argue a foul that was actually called in his favour.
You know, I've known Jeff Jones since I was a lad, and I'm sort of oblivious to it now. You know, Jeff obviously is always coached with his heart on his sleeves. Still talking away to referee Jade Butters there.
Oh, so a technical warning for Newcastle for Chloe Gaynor crossing into out of bounds, which obviously you're not allowed to do. Obviously you normally see that more in the last 2 minutes of the game, but still not legal, so that's a rare one.
Thomas Johnson tries to power away inside and can't quite get it to fall.
Good D. Really good D.
Really good D. Erica Williams steals it, hands it off to Jones. Thomas Johnson's there under the basket. Oh, big block from Chloe Gaynor. Lauren Thomas Johnson manages to get it back though and drops it in.
Newcastle really frustrating the Mystics right now as well. They're playing this nice hard defence. Lauren kept her head there to get the second attempt, but yeah, some nice defence from the Eagles here.
So Mystics with a 4-point lead. Chukwuitu. Jones knocks it out of bounds. See some good defence from Georgia today. I mean, we do every week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this game there's nothing conventional about it right now. I think it's going to be like this throughout. It's certainly scrappy as we thought it would.
Chukwuitu's 3 is no good. And Thomas Johnson's on the break. She can't finish it.
I mean, you know something's off when Lauren Thomas Johnson doesn't finish that move.
And Ball is going to go out of bounds and back with the Mystics.
You know, when I said it could start scrappy, this is what I was envisioning. The issue was both teams actually started relatively well, and it was nice basketball. This is definitely the first game in a while.
And I think just looking at Lauren there as well, she was sort of smirking in disbelief at what just happened there.
So Bailey to Jones, guarded by Chikuitu. She works off the screen from Accra, passes the side to Accra. Accra's shot's too strong off the side.
Side of the backboard. Yeah, I mean, she was caught on the baseline. That's a charge.
And Erica Williams takes the charge for the Mystics. And that is going to be the third foul on Sipsik for the Eagles. So she will head to the bench. And the Mystics with a 4-point lead, 2 minutes 25 to go in the second quarter. Thomas Johnson to Bailey. To Williams. She's driving, spins, passes it out to Bailey. And Rianne's going to get the foul call on the floor. I wanted to see Rianne put up the three then. Looked like she got enough space.
Yes, I thought she was going to do the Rianne fake three and in for the floater, but neither.
And that's foul number 1 on Popovic for the Eagles. Jones, guided by Chikuitu. Spins, puts it up. Oh, can't finish it. That was a beautiful move. 4 to shoot, Thomas Johnson. And Eagles will... Williams steals it again, drives to the basket, can't get it to drop, but she's going to head to the line. And Eagles need to be careful down this end. That's the second time Erica Williams has managed to intercept it.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to assume the pass is always going to be there in transition, and that's what Chris Bunton was talking about. Like, they've got 5 points in this second quarter. It's got really sloppy on their end. So now just time reset. We've got 2 minutes left. If you're Eagles, you always talk about little runs. If you just go a 4-0 run.
Yeah, just a couple of baskets.
Then when you're down 1, down 2, depending on the outcome of these free throws, and then into half time, it's all about just maintaining this half time and then regroup for the second half.
So as we take a timeout, the Mystics are up 27-23. And in some of the other games around the league, we've got Durham leading the Nottingham Wildcats 73-56, and Abby Lowe, making her debut for Durham, has scored 31 points in 30 minutes so far.
And is yet to be off the court. That's the more impressive thing.
Yeah, with a quarter to go.
That's a stat that Newcastle definitely do not want to hear about right now, so we'll keep that one quiet.
That's a Georgia Jones minutes there. Oh, she's got a break. She's just had a sub.
Actually, that will be, obviously it's not related to this, but an interesting storyline is obviously next week in the trophy it's Newcastle Durham.
Oh, that is going to be a good one to watch.
Straight back up the motorway up to Newcastle. Obviously next week that knockout basketball feel a big week in the league season for all teams, because it's only when you're 3 games away from a final, it's everything you can forget about the league. No matter what your record is, go out, win a game, and then you're in the quarters and you can go from there. So that will be on the horizon for both these teams.
Yeah, and I mean let's talk about Sheffield as well. I mean they've come out firing this year. Helen Naylor, I think she's been Player of the Month last December.
She's been fantastic.
Yeah, Hannah Shaw obviously is now suited and booted for Sheffield, and the addition of Ebony Horton to Sheffield, they're closing that gap on London for sure.
So Accra with the rebound for the Mystics. 1 minute 37 to go. Mystics still with a 4-point lead after those free throws were no good. So Williams driving inside, puts it up, and that will go. So Erica on 4 points for the game today. 31-23 Mystics lead. Oh, Gainer's pass is just a bit too strong for Popovic, and it will go back with the Mystics.
Well, that's a lot better from Mystics. We talked about in the first quarter, that high-low stuff, and Newcastle got away from it a little bit there. That's the time you see it. This time the pass was difficult because Accra was alert to what was happening and kind of jumped in the passing lane. That's what made it difficult. So good job, good adjustment by the Mystics.
It's Jones inside to Williams, passes it back over to Accra. Thomas Johnson spins, and that won't go.
This won't go for Lauren today. She's frustrated, but she's a veteran. She'll keep her head in the game. Don't worry about that.
She spoke about it last time after the game, didn't she? With
Yeah.
you saying, as an older player, you don't kind of get too hung up on them. You know it's important. You miss a shot, you maybe make a turnover, but you just got to get back.
Yeah, Lauren Thomas Johnson is a very different player than the Lauren that we knew from years gone by. But saying that, you can't take the competitive streak out of players at that level. You know, Lauren, one of the great players ever to come out of Manchester. She had an amazing career, and her competitive fire is very much still there. You can tell.
Yes, Rhiannon Bailey just moves out of the way so she can. She's got a straight path to the basket for Lauren.
Yeah, there it is, snatched by Lowe. She ain't messing about.
Eight to shoot. Gainer. 3. Newcastle needs to get something off. Popovic puts it up and hits at the buzzer. A beautiful basket from Anne Popovic. So that will do it for the first half. 33-28, Mystics lead. And Lauren Thomas Johnson leading the way for the Mystics with 9 points. And Ori Chukwuitu and Manny McVicker on 5 for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting half. Obviously, it's not necessarily been the purest of basketball, but you'd expect that after Christmas break. Obviously, it's not like it was just a traditional 2-week break. Everyone had the 2 weeks off before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, with
so
the
we're now talking a month without a game, and you expect that. Obviously, Mystics have done a really nice job adjusting to the high-low stuff. But what's obviously it'll be interesting to see is how this game develops from a tempo point of view. Mystics, we mentioned a couple of times about tired legs. Does that come to affect shots in the fourth quarter? Again, you can link that to some of the misses. And I think both teams, I don't think either team will be happy. It's a bit of an odd one, but I think obviously Mystics will be pleased up 5, but I think they'll feel like they could have capitalised more around the rim. And Newcastle, you've not played your best basketball. You've trying to make that adjustment about two key players in Ebony and Abby Lowe, and to be in it at half time against a team that are 6-3, they'll feel all right. But it's all about making these adjustments now. The coach will go away. You can see both the Eagles staff just already talking about stuff, and it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
It's come down to execution, and we'll see how it develops.
Yeah, and the games that we saw last year against Newcastle, obviously quite a different looking team, but the Mystics games against the Eagles were always quite tight last year. I think apart from one of them in the cup or the trophy, but it was always a good matchup between the two teams.
Yeah, no, the mid-pack in WBBL is historically fairly
Quite even.
fairly well similar levels, and little things can make a big difference. It's not a shock to me that this game's close. Obviously, you see 6-3, you see 3-6, but if you look at offensive numbers, defensive numbers, these two teams are similar. I know there was, I think it was Callum Stevens as the PA at Essex was doing some stuff over Christmas, and I think Manchester net rating in the league is like 8th or 9th, but they're 6-3, and obviously we've won a lot of close games, and then a couple of losses have been heavy losses this year.
Yeah.
But also that drops the net rating down, so it's obviously I knew coming in, despite the 3-game difference, it was not going to be that. Honestly, we've seen that quality from Newcastle. They're in the cup final for a reason. Obviously, they beat Leicester, and okay, the roster's changed, but we've still got a lot of talent on the floor. Yeah,
and definitely if you look at the stats for both teams this season, they're really evenly matched. Manchester averaging 71.5 points per game, Newcastle 69.4, so they're really closely matched together. And it's going to be a good second half. So we will take a quick break for half time, and we will rejoin you in about 10 minutes time. Okay, so welcome back to the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester. We're about to get the second half underway between the Manchester Mystics and the Newcastle Eagles. Manchester have currently got a 5-point lead, with Lauren Thomas-Johnson leading them with 9 points, followed by Anne Shear with 6. Leading for the Eagles are Maddie McVicker on 5, Ori Chukwuitu also on 5, and Jessica Edsford Yates on 5 as well. It's been a really close game so far. We were expecting a little bit of a lag from the teams, maybe with being the first game back in a month after the Christmas break as well. Seen some really good play so far. So the next Mystics home game will be against Sheffield in the Trophy next Saturday the 15th, so make sure to join us for that. And Newcastle's next game is on January the 22nd against Cardiff in the Championship, so they should have a trophy game next weekend as well. So, teams coming back on court for the Mystics, we have Dominique Allen, Vanessa Accra, Lauren Thomas-Johnson, Erica Williams and Georgia Jones. Maddie McVicker, Marina Fernandez, Anne Popovic, Chloe Gaynor and Jessica Edsford Yates for the Eagles. So, second half underway, Newcastle sideline ball. Edsford Yates, guided by Thomas-Johnson. Popovic inside to Gaynor, pass is too strong, so Mystics will take control. So Jones over to Accra, nearly loses control. Manages to get it back though, back to Jones. Working off the screen from Allen. Oh, and the pass to Allen just bounced. I think it caught on her foot. But that's the usual Jones to Allen pass that we see.
Yeah.
So Fernandez to Gaynor, Maddie McVicker. Pass inside to Gaynor's broken up as Georgia Jones will pass it over to Thomas-Johnson for the Mystics. Seven to shoot for the Mystics. Williams over to Accra. Accra puts up a 3. That one's just too short, and Gaynor grabs the rebound. So that's 8 rebounds for Chloe Gaynor in today's game. Fernandez to Gaynor. Gaynor's long 2, no good. Mystics get the rebound. So Jones to Allen, back to Jones, to Williams. Skip pass to Lauren Thomas-Johnson. 5 to shoot for the Mystics. Dom Allen with the long 2. And nothing but net on that one. So 4 points in the game for Dom Allen. Takes the Mystics to a 7-point lead, 35-28 with 8:10 to go in the third. And that's going to be a foul on Erica Williams. Her second. So first team foul for the Mystics this quarter. Gaynor to Fernandez. McVicker, 6 to shoot. Shots no good for the Eagles, and Mystics ball. So Thomas-Johnson going up against McVicker, and McVicker will get the charge foul. So offensive foul on Lauren Thomas-Johnson. Tough charge from Maddie McVicker there. Looks like she's a bit winded.
Yeah, it was tough indeed. I mean, talk about who you got to run into in these games.
So Jones intercepts it. Thomas-Johnson all alone in the basket, and that doesn't go. Lauren not too happy
Lauren's
with
having a mare. I mean, she doesn't know whether to laugh or cry right now. She just looks at Georgia in disbelief, like, I know.
Just say Christmas rust and just move on.
So Jones with a long 2. That one doesn't fall. It's almost, well, we can. Fernandez working away inside, and that doesn't drop. Williams grabs it. But let me, just for the Mystics, so last time they played was at the Manchester Basketball Centre. The rims are different. Can we use that as an excuse?
I think we just stick with Christmas rust, Kaz. I mean.
And beautiful pass from Jones to Dominic Allen inside, who lays it in. So 37-28, Mystics lead. Another steal from the Mystics as Jones, Thomas Johnson and Accra there. Thomas Johnson, and that one won't drop as well.
Yeah, Mystics blowing a bit. They've got 2 players back down in their own half there, Vanessa Accra and Lauren Thomas Johnson. And I think for Lauren, I mean, she's a very, very confident player, but you know, missing layups like that, you're going to lose a bit of confidence. But she's just got to dig in, remember who she is and what she does, and she'll be fine.
I mean, she's contributing with the rebounds. She's got 7 rebounds as the Mystics turn it over, and we got was it a holding foul?
Yeah, good call. There's no. Ultimately, it's simple as there wasn't an attempt for the ball.
Yeah.
So I can see why they give them that, but this game's got.
It's got a little bit scrappy.
It's got very
messy.
scrappy, but it's but interesting thing, like you end up with like a couple of Mystics. I don't know. So I'm surprised we don't see subs, and here they are, because that possession we literally had 2 Mystics players walking back to get in possession. If I'm Jeff, that's immediately get them to the bench, get some fresh legs in, and obviously a first time into the game as well, I think.
Yeah, for Joe Voliotis. So he's for the ace at the line. First one is good. Second also good, so 2 for 2 from the line. So brings the game to 37-30 Mystics lead, and it will be Eagles sideline ball. Six to shoot for the Eagles. Kelshaw hands it off. Fernandez puts up the 3, hits it! Huge 3 from Fernandez. 4-point Mystics lead. Jones drives, and she's going to get the foul call.
Well, that's better from the Eagles. We got ball movement. We got. Actually, to be fair, Kelsey probably could have shot them on before she swung into the corner. Then she got the close out, pump fake attack, defense collapse, then drop. So that's better from the Eagles. But Mystics now seem to be, if they can make layups, they'll win this game. They've just got to consistently finish at the offensive end. As Don misses another good look.
And Voliotis grabs a rebound, so it gives the Mystics another chance at the offense. Jones hands off to Accra, and with 3 to shoot, they need to get something up. Bailey puts it up, that's way too short, and shot clock expires. So Fernandez coming back for the Eagles. She's going all the way. Scoop shot won't go, and it's going to go back with the Mystics. So Bailey from Manchester. Mystics with a 4-point lead, 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Accra to Jones, guarded by McVicker. Bailey to Allen. Allen spins, turns, doesn't get the shot to fall. Accra grabs the rebound. Bailey to Jones, 3 is no good. And Allen can't quite grab the rebound there, so Eagles coming back. Sipsic slowing it down for Newcastle. Fernandez over to Kelshaw, to McVicker. Fernandez for 3. Oh, in and out. And ball is loose. We're going to have a jump ball call, and that is going to go back with the Mystics. quite a low-scoring quarter so far. 4 points for the Mystics, 5 for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's we've been using that word all game, scrappy. It's getting scrappier and scrappier.
So Accra for the Mystics to Jones. Guarded by McVicker. Back to Accra. Voliotis. Pass inside, stolen away. Bland gets it, and that is going to be another foul call on Rhiann Bailey. That'll be her third.
Look in the definition for a foul out of frustration, and you will find a picture of that. Rachel Bland, that's the one thing Rachel does for this Eagles team, is she's got that veteran experience. We see that a lot of Mystics, but she knew Rhiann was going to cut and just bump the cut, stop Rhiann's progress, and then that led to the steal. So yeah, it's a good thing for Rachel Bland. She's going to have a big role with Horton and Low gone, because obviously it's a similar position.
Yeah, stepping into that.
Yeah, so right? Her and Kelsey are going to see a lot bigger minutes, I think, down the end of the season.
So turnover Newcastle on a travelling call, and ball's back with the Mystics with just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. So Jones working against McVicker, off the screen from Allen, hands it off, and that is going to be an offensive foul call on the Mystics. Was that Rachel Bland taking the charge?
I think it was, yeah.
So, just like Mikey said, that's the work that she's going to do. That is foul number 1 on Georgia Jones for the Mystics. Mystics on team fouls for the quarter. So, McVicker against Bailey. She pulls up the 3. That one's no good. Newcastle tap it out, and Bland puts up the 3. That one's in and out again as Dominique Allen pulls down the rebound for the Mystics. So Bailey against Bland. It's Jones. Jones is driving. Scoop layup. Beautiful layup from Georgia Jones.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, it's different that Georgia's now creating kind of off the dribble, but in that spot she's already got the ball in a position where she can attack, and that's the great thing with Georgia. She can go right. She's so crafty, but actually getting off the ball and having that catch inside the elbow just gave her a different look.
Yeah, as Anne Shear comes back into the game for the Mystics, and Joe Voliotis is going to head back to the bench. So 6 on the shot clock for the Eagles. Bland to Gaynor. Leads for the Eights. She puts up a 3. That's no good, but Newcastle get the rebound. And another chance at the offense for the Eagles. Bland. 6 on the shot clock into Gaynor. Gaynor's shot blocked by Bailey and just tapped out of bounds. So it's going to stay with the Eagles. I think Rhiann just arguing that it was off Gaynor there. But decision is with the Eagles. Bland puts a shot up. No good. I think Rhiann got another hand on that one.
Yeah, I think she got a piece of that one.
Can't have done, otherwise it'd be it'd be Eagles' ball.
True, yes. She definitely altered the shot with her presence. So Bailey against Bland. To Shear. Oh, a little scoop backwards pass to Jones, who can't quite finish it. And stolen away. No, it's going to go back with the Eagles, but that's some nice defense from the Mystics. That's what you want to see from them.
Yeah, a bit of intensity like that.
Putting the pressure on. Pretty low scoring game we've got here now, 39-33 in the third. It
is a low scoring game, yeah. I mean, it's if you think about the amount of baskets missed, it's probably got something to do with it.
So ball stolen away by the Mystics. Shea's going to slow it down. Looking for some help, hands it off to Thomas Johnson. Allen's alone under the basket. Dom Allen with the easy layup.
There you go. Just again, a couple of times Eagles defensively have lost it, and Mystics have found that opportunity. We've seen other times where they've not capitalised on layups, and they've missed them, especially in the third quarter for turnovers. But these turnovers are starting to add up.
Yeah, definitely. And when you can score off them, when you can finish off them, that makes a difference. So 41-33, 144 in the third quarter.
But yeah, no, just say, just looking at Eagles 15 turnovers, Mystics only scored 5 points off, and that's low. But
4 to shoot for the Eagles. Each for the Eights puts something up, doesn't go, and Mystics are coming back with it. Bailey over to Jones. She drives baseline. Reverse layup from Georgia Jones. She can't finish that one. Bailey manages to tap it off the Eagles, so that is going to be Mystics end-line ball. And some good hustle from Leanne to keep the ball in the Mystics side. Bailey to Jones. Over to Bailey. 3 is no good. Too strong off the glass. And Rachel Bland is there. Puts up the little jumper, and 2 points for Rachel. And hey, that's the shot I take. I'd rather do that than a layup.
That was a Kazzy B shot, that for sure.
Nice little mid-range. So 41-35 Mystics lead. Allen off the glass, doesn't get that one to finish. Thomas Johnson gets the rebound. And that's going to be foul call on each of the Eights for the Eagles. Her second. Oh, apologies, that was on Popovic. So Rhianne Bailey taking a seat, and Vanessa Acker coming back into the game for the Mystics. Jones hands off to Allen. Throws over to Shear. Fakes, puts it up. Oh, just too short for Anne. And Vanessa Acker gets the rebound but can't get the lay-in. So Bland guarded by Shear. Off the screen from Gaynor. Hands it out, each to the Eights. Kelshaw. Popovic inside, turns and spins. That shot's just too short off the rim. And 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Mystics are going to take the final shot. Jones, deep 3. No good. Eagles get it. 1 second to shoot. And whoa! She hits! What a shot! At the buzzer! Absolutely amazing from Popovic for the Eagles.
Play of the week sorted.
Possibly play of the month sorted.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, but that's huge in the context of this game.
That's a momentum change.
Eagles don't have a lot going on the offensive end. What do they score? Had 7 points in the quarter up until then, and then you've got that momentum now. You know, you're suddenly back in the 1-2. Chris could be aggressive right here in a timeout. Drop a look for a 3. Suddenly it's a tie game just like that in like the space of 7-8 seconds with Eagles getting the ball to start the fourth quarter, and that's the thing. But I was thinking going before that shot. I was just thinking, if I'm both coaches, the issue right now defensively they're going to be relatively happy. There's mistakes, but they're going to be relatively okay. Offensively, Mystics are struggling because Newcastle are clogging up the paint. So Mystics are really starting to force the ball inside too much, not getting a lot of success just because Eagles are so collapsed. So if I'm Jeff, I'm looking at spacing. Can I get some of these catches a bit expanded? Maybe run something for Anne to get a free. Obviously, last time it was closed by through. But again, you need that type of stuff because that's gonna force defense to expand, and then you can go back inside later in the quarter. If I'm Newcastle, the high-low's gone, and it's what is Plan B, and I haven't quite seen it yet. Offensively, Mystics have done a great job of taking away the high post now, but what can they get to a second, third agree? Because to win this game, they'll need to do something different now the high-low's not there, and that's why the points have dried up in the last 20 minutes for Eagles.
Yeah, and like you said, it's come down to the fourth quarter.
I mean, that's a dagger play as well. That, you know, never underestimate, spectacular as it is to see buzzer beaters from mid-court there. That's the sort of thing that teams then thrive off, and it builds the confidence. They brought the game to within 3. You know, they'll know that Mystics are blowing a little bit physically. So I'd expect Newcastle to come out firing in this final quarter now.
So, and that's Popovic's only second basket of the game as well. Takes us to 5 points.
What a nice way to do it. It's whenever you see shots like that, I mean, we've got a great view of it, but it's almost that movie thing where everything goes into slow motion and you're going, is it? And then it went down. It's beautiful.
So, fourth quarter underway. Mystics with a 3-point lead. Newcastle with the ball. And shot's no good.
The shot was I was going to say, it's a block, but it wasn't a block because it wasn't above her shoulder, so it's not a block, but it was a block. I'll let you at home work out what I mean.
So Jones guarded by Chikuitu. 7 on the shot clock. Jones is driving, scoops it off to Thomas Johnson, who gets the layup. Lauren will be happy to make that layup.
Yeah, she'll breathe a sigh of relief there and forget about everything else that's happened in the game.
Takes Lauren to 11 points in the game, leading the scorers on the Mystics. 43-38. Mystics lead. Fernandez over to Chikuitu. 7 to shoot. Fernandez out to McVicker. 3 is good. Maddie McVicker with a big 3. 41-43. Mystics lead. Newcastle coming out firing to start. Shea to Jones. Six to shoot. Jones, Thomas Johnson, 3 is good. Lauren Thomas Johnson, nothing but net, boneless.
Yeah, snatched by Low, baby. What did I tell you? Lauren Thomas Johnson, 2 shots, she's back in the game. And hey, she's right on the verge of a double-double, believe it or not. I mean, I know if you said that to her right now, she'd be like, I don't care. I've missed several layups, but hey, she's back in it.
5, Fernandez is blocked by Dominique Allen, so ball is going to stay with the Eagles. 5-point Mystics lead, 4.4 to shoot for the Eagles. McVicker to inbound. Popovic under the basket, too short, and Accra grabs the rebound. Jones handing off to Thomas Johnson. Shea. Got it by Fernandez. Hands off to Thomas Johnson. 4 to shoot. Thomas Johnson's power into the basket, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. That is on Maddie McVicker. Oh, sorry, that is on Sipsick. It is her 4th foul. As she will head to the bench, and Chloe Gaynor comes into the game. Mystics will take a timeout. So Mystics with a 5-point lead at 7:52 to go. And like you said, Adam, Lauren Thomas Johnson, 14 points, 9 rebounds so far today.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, you're thinking, oh, Lauren's having a great game there. But like I said, if you spoke to Lauren right now and said, do you think you're having a good game? She'd probably say, no, I'm having a horrible game. But it happens, you know. You're rusty after Christmas. You feel a little bit out of shape. But players with Lauren's experience, you know, you knock down a 2 and then a 3 like that, and you're suddenly right back in the game. So I'd hope she's going to finish on a nice double-double. So let's see what she can do in the last 8 minutes.
At this stage of the game, I don't think any single player cares what their stat line is. The only stat that matters is the one that says points at the end of the game, and right now it's all about just who can make plays. And obviously Mystics have got that experience. Eagles, it'll be an interesting phase for Newcastle. Obviously we talked about losing Ebony, but this is a moment where you want your leading scorer to step up, and that's why McVicker on the 3. I expect that from obviously her rolling over from last year and the things she did down the stretch. But who else can step up for the Eagles in that scoring role, especially down the stretches? Because you're going to have to win games in this league today or beyond. You're going to have to win games down the stretch, and that's going to be a big thing.
And Vanessa Acker on 10 rebounds for the game today.
Yeah, some big rebounding performances from Vanessa and Lauren there, 10 and 9 respectively. So
Shea over to Jones. 3 to shoot for the Mystics. Accra hands it back to Shea. And shot clock expired there. I think a bit of miscommunication between the Mystics.
Yeah, Vanessa Accra then just giving on a little pat saying, don't worry about it, kid. We're still in it.
So 5-point Mystics lead, 7:30 to go. Chukwuetu inside to Gaynor. Back out to McVicker, who's going to put the 3 up. That is good. Maddie McVicker with another big 3. 46-44, Mystics with a 2-point lead. And McVicker on 11, leading the scorers for Newcastle. Shea hands it off to Accra, gets it back. Thomas Johnson driving, skips it out. Jones with the baseline jumper, can't get that to fall. And That is going to be a foul on Maddie McVicker. Her second. So Ori Chikuitu heads to the bench for the Eagles. And the Mystics with 10 to shoot. Bailey guarded by McVicker. Jones, 5 to shoot. Behind the back, puts up the floater. Yes! Georgia Jones with a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and I mean, Georgia's been working on that for years. It's not a surprise. She's developed that over the game. It's another string to her bow for scoring in around the rim.
Georgia also on 7 assists for today's game. And that pass inside, just a bit too quick. Eastford Yates going to slow it down for Newcastle. Inside to Gaynor, who's working away and gets the layup. 2-point ball game, 6 minutes 10 to go in the fourth quarter. Jones to Allen. Jones, Thomas Johnson. And Thomas Johnson tries to get it inside, it won't go. Chloe Gaynor grabs the rebound. And it's going to be a turnover, so ball's going to stay with the Mystics.
That was just Rianne literally being in the right place at the right time by accident.
Yeah, she was almost apologetic to Popovich there.
So Bailey to inbound to Jones. Jones's 3 is no good. And Eagles with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. And a much higher scoring quarter this quarter already than we saw in the third. McVicker. Fernandez to Popovic. Hands it back outside. 6 to shoot. Fernandez can't get that to fall. Allen grabs the rebound. And Mystics coming back. Bailey driving baseline, hands it off to Thomas Johnson. I think that pass was just a bit too strong, but it's going to stay with the Mystics. As Rachel Bland comes into the game for the Eagles. And Fernandez will take a seat. So Jones for the Mystics. Off the screen from Allen. 5 to shoot. Allen's pass is blocked and broken up. Eagles have come away with it.
I'll tell you what, that was a really nice rotation by Popovich to take away the roll. And that's obviously led to it.
As Williams hands off to Jones. Jones to Williams. Williams' 3 is no good. That's too short. And Eagles with another chance to tie or take the lead. Down 2. Maddie McVicker puts up the 3. McVicker hits! Maddie McVicker with a huge 3. Eagles take the lead. 14 points for Maddie McVicker. Jones passes out to Thomas Johnson. Her 3 is no good. Looked like it was about to drop but didn't. And Gaynor gets it. Newcastle coming back. Eatsford Yates to Bland. McVicker looked like she was about to put up another 3 then. Hands it off to Gaynor. And Popovic inside. Can't get that layup to fall. Fadeaway doesn't go. And Mystics will get quite lucky there, I think, on that play. So Williams just slowing it down for the Mystics. 3 minutes 48 to go. Eagles with a 1-point lead. Jones. Working against Eastford Yates. She's going all the way. Good defence from Newcastle. And Bland to McVicker. McVicker for 3. It hits! Maddie McVicker. Absolutely on fire from 3. 17 points.
Yeah, it's got to be a timeout there. Jeff Jones calls it.
Yeah, timeout Mystics. need to do something to stop the run. But what a performance from Maddie McVicker.
Well, what a performance from Newcastle. I mean, they're playing today under quite a lot of adversity. We talked about it all game. And kind of fair play to them for coming out and coming up with the big fourth quarter so far. I mean,
no, you're saying it's McVicker. We said who's going to step up. We said McVicker with that experience, and who else? But it's right now it's just McVicker. And the thing is, I think if the worry thing, if I'm Mystics, is I don't think they've got anything left in the legs. That's my one concern. Is they look like that. I mean, that was a 4-on-2. That was a 3-on-1 that turned into a 4-on-2. And ultimately, if Newcastle keep pushing, I'm struggling to see a way back in for Mystics defensively. But again, you've also held them to 52, so it's no guarantee. So it's a big 2 minutes here.
Mystics are really going to have to dig into experience now. Obviously, a veteran team, they're going to have to show a lot of experience now.
So the score is actually 52-48 to the Mystics. Got a lag with the connection on the scoreboard. Apologies. So Jones for the Mystics. Over to Williams. Allen gets it inside, 4 to shoot. Allen, beautiful shot from Dominique Allen.
That's a big shot. Will say the scoreboard stopped working, but it is Mystics 50, Eagles 52, 3 minutes left.
Bland, 7 to shoot. Gaynor puts it up, that doesn't go. And Maddie McVicker is all over the place. Manages to keep the ball in for the Eagles. McVicker again! Maddie McVicker with another huge 3. Gives the Eagles a 5-point lead. Dominique Allen left alone under the basket, manages to lay it in. And 2 minutes 5 to go, 55-52, Eagles lead. McVicker with 20 points for the Eagles. Bailey inside to Allen. Spins it out. Williams, 3 is no good for the Mystics. 1:40 to go, 55-52, Eagles lead. McVicker against Jones. McVicker. Bland, 6 to shoot. Bland puts up a 3. That one doesn't drop, so it's going to go back with the Mystics. And Mystics need to find an answer here. They need to be able to get some points on the board.
You got plenty of time. We're only 3 seconds going in one possession game. But it's interesting now when you potentially are thinking about threes. You've brought Lauren off, who has hit a couple today. Yeah. Vanessa Akra back in, so it looks like Mystics are going to try and get a 2.
Defensive stop.
And keep getting stops, which is what they've done all day.
So Jones for the Mystics. Mystics down 3. Nearly loses the ball. 5 to shoot. Needs some help here, and he's going to get it. That is a foul on the floor.
That's okay. You got 2 to give. Yeah, Jess, I don't think it's in foul trouble. It's the second or third, so you got a couple to give. It's not the end of the world. But actually, it's another thing for the Mystics now. If you do have to get in a foul situation, you've got no 0 team fouls.
So Jones, 8 to shoot. Hands it over to Williams. Williams puts up the 3, and that one's no good. Akra can't get the rebound. Maddie McVicker's there for the Eagles. And Mystics really need to get a stop here. Sipsic over to McVicker. Eats 58. Sipsic from the elbow. Hits! Gives the Eagles a 5-point lead. 34 seconds to go. Mystics need to get something off here. Allen driving baseline, reverse layup, can't get it to fall. Gaynor gets it for the Eagles, and 4-second difference between the shot and game clock.
Yeah, good foul. Yeah, I mean, you have to foul. Well, if not, you've lost the game. So, but again, this is their 0 team fouls. Mystics now got to commit another 4 fouls. So it'll be interesting.
And a 19-11 quarter from the Eagles so far. So Bland with the inbound. Eatsford Yates will get fouled straight away by Jones. So Mystics, as you say, only on 2 team fouls so far. So it's going to take a lot to get to the line, before the clock can run out.
This is the interesting question, because the scoreboard up here says that's the Mystics' second, but the one that got called on the basket with 3.5 minutes to go is on the Eagles side. But it was an Eagles score, and they can't have called timeout. So it'll be interesting to see if that is the third time. It's the one thing we can't tell. Oh no, they have updated it on the scoreboard here. So that is Mystics' last time out. That's a big thing now for Jeff. Like, you've got no way to advance the ball, so you've got to foul twice, timeout, and now you've got to score at least twice without timeout. So that's a big call to use your last time out here. It'll be interesting to see what he's talking about. And also, you've got to also make sure no one fouls out, ideally, in a spot where you've got a foul. It's, do you put someone like Anne in the game, or Vanessa Acker, who got 1 and 0 fouls respectively, so they can give the fouls? Because obviously George has committed 2 there. She becomes another 2 out the game, and that's someone you want to get the ball in the hands of in the 15 seconds to go.
So Mystics in a tough spot, and Newcastle playing an amazing game in the last quarter. Just like you said, Mike, it's come down to the 4th quarter. It's been a tough game. And the Eagles currently with a 5-point lead with only 19.5 seconds to go and have possession. So Bland will inbound for the Eagles, defended by Vanessa Acker.
McVicker.
And quick foul, a couple of seconds off the shot clock.
I think they didn't execute what they wanted, but they get a second go at it, because the joy of having 3 fouls to give, you get to run the same play 3 times. I think it's for McVicker. There he is.
So McVicker fouled by Bailey. Popovic, Gaynor, Bailey with a quick foul again, 13.9 in the game.
I mean, Rianne, Rianne, I'm not sure she fouled. The referee thought the foul was coming, but he anticipated. But at the same time, Rianne doesn't want to give the foul, but at the same time, you have to give the foul because you lose the game if you don't give the foul.
Yeah, so but that'll be the 5th foul on Rianne, so she's out of the game. So a tough hole for the Mystics to climb out of.
Very, and all credit to Newcastle for hanging in there and getting themselves to this point. If this one goes, that might just be the ball game.
So Gaynor hits the first free throw. And the second. It's at 59-52, Eagles lead. 12 seconds to go for the Mystics. Need to get something off really quickly here. Jones hands it out. Thomas Johnson's going to put up the 3. That one's no good. Acker grabs the rebound, goes back, and can't get that layup to fall. And that is probably the story of the Mystics night, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a scrappy game for sure. What can you say? You called it there, Kaz. That's the story of the Mystics game. A lot of missed opportunities. If you think about the layups that were missed throughout the game, Mystics actually come out winning this game. So yeah, not the start that the Mystics want to 2022. But hey, all credit to Newcastle Eagles. They persevered, they hung in there, and they did well.
And I think the momentum change, wasn't it, that we saw at the end of the 3rd quarter. Popovic's half-court buzzer beater. Miraculous shot.
It's like I said, things like that can be a dagger before the end of the game. You know what I mean? It's like it gassed the team, and look what they did in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and a huge performance from Maddie McVicker with 20 points.
Yeah, I mean, Maddie McVicker, without doubt, the MVP of the game today. She stepped up big. She's had to step up big. The holes left by Abby Lowe and Ebony Horton, somebody needed to step up, and she did just that today. Great performance from her today.
I mean, I just looked at it. Maddie McVicker 5 threes in the 4th quarter. So she was I think she was 5 of 6 from 3 in the 4 for 15 points, and that's the game changer. You got one of your better scores stuck on 5, and she hits 1, gets it going. But yeah, Mystics are going to look at that for missed layups. It's as simple as that. Like not. And even not layups, but the little 3-4 footers around the rim as well. Everyone just missed a couple, and that adds up in a tight game.
It does, definitely, and massive congratulations to Newcastle. What a game, what a performance from them.
Yeah, once again, all credit to Newcastle and the coaching staff for what they've come in facing a lot of adversity, and they've beaten Manchester. It's been a tough old year for Newcastle, and they've come down, and they've done a job, and they're going to be really happy with the result. It wasn't pretty for both teams at times, but Newcastle persevered, and McVicker came up big, and a deserved victory.
Yeah, definitely. So that will do it today. 59-52, Eagles take the win over the Manchester Met Mystics. Manchester are back in action next Saturday the 15th against the Sheffield Hatters here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Come down and join us. Tickets are available now on the MMU e-store, or we'll be on the live stream next week. So thanks for joining us, Mikey.
Pleasure. Nice to come down, and it wasn't the purest of games, but ultimately you want hard-fought games in WBBL. It's two teams going at it, and I think Mystics would be disappointed to let it go, but that happens. It's all about building for the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll be back next week, Adam.
We certainly will. Have we got a Magic game next week? No, so we were meant to be running over to the centre for the Magic game tonight, but that's been postponed, unfortunately. But a lot of basketball coming up, and obviously we got some big basketball tomorrow here.
Yeah, the Women's National Cup is the Stockport Lapwings and the Thames Valley Cavaliers, and that will be at the National Basketball Performance Centre at 2:00. So head down and watch some great basketball. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.